around a week ago, I was on my YouTube recommended page and I was scrolling through it sitting in my sofa. I was thinking to myself that I want to watch something that is going to make me more productive and that is going to improve my life. What learning lessons can I take away from a video? I scrolled a bit and then I stumbled upon a video about how to get more consistent. And this video was something special about because I had watched this video previously, but I hadn't watched it in a long time, and I think it's important for us to recap one of the most important things that are in our own self-improvement journey. So for example, if you think something is important, like your self-identity, like the belief system you hold about yourself, if you think those things are important, it's very, very great to remind yourself of that. So when you start doing that, you are going to be able to improve, and you're also going to be able to remind yourself of the learning lessons that you can take away from those videos. But anyway, I was watching this video, and when I watched it, he spoke about self-identity, as I said. And self-identity is a very, very interesting concept because we can use our thoughts to create something that we want. Because for example, if you have a goal, what goal do you currently have? Think to yourself, what goal do I currently have? And then think to yourself, what person do I need to become in order for me to accomplish that goal? And if you feel like I don't really know what that person would be, then just take some time off to think and reflect about that person. What would that person look like? What would that person do on a daily basis? Write these things all down so you have a clear vision of what that person looks like and what they're up to. So this is one of the most interesting things because we can actually become that person. And you may ask yourself, how can I become that person? Well, you need to believe that you are that person, and we do that through small practices that we can do on a daily basis. For example, with this YouTube channel, I've started to visualize myself more as a leader, and that my YouTube channel is growing at a faster pace than ever before. And the last 3 videos has been one of the most viewed videos on my YouTube channel. I don't think this is a coincidence, because once I started to implement manually thoughts into my brain that I am a leader, I am a person who can make this. And you know, when you start believing that about yourself, it's actually going to happen, because your mind can't actually detect if a thought is real or if it's just an imagination, because you view a memory and an imagination the exact same way. So that's why I think it's very, very important for us to implement manual thoughts, because in our subconscious mind, we have been programmed to some degree by people, by the environment that we have around us. And I think one of the most important things we can do is to start changing this into the person that we want to become. Because if we strive towards becoming a person and we just obsess over that person and what that person does, it's going to be a lot easier for us to improve. So what can we do? What I want you to do is, from now on, I want you to start visualize and just take 3 minutes out of your morning routine and just write down a few visualizations that you can do. See yourself in the future at a specific date. It can be like at my birthday next year, or at Christmas next year, or Christmas this year, whatever it may be. See yourself as the person that you want to become, and you have accomplished that goal. Try to just notice how it feels to be that person and how it feels to accomplish your goals. For example, do this, but it has to be reasonably unreasonable. So it can be a bit unreasonable, but it's still possible. It's a possibility that it will happen. So do this every single day and remind yourself of that feeling and try to meditate upon that, because the more you do this, the more you remind yourself. Because as I said earlier, your brain actually thinks this is a future memory of yours. So it's going to manifest because it's your brain think it's real, so it's going to manifest. So another thing that I want to teach you is that if you just start to implement thoughts of the person that you want to become, you're more likely to become that person. So for example, what I want you to do is like 100 times a day. I personally struggle with this because it's very, very hard to just bombard yourself with compliments all of the time. I'm not saying that you should be narcissistic or anything, but just say to yourself and prove to yourself that you are actually the person that you want to become. For example, I can say, I'm an athlete, I'm a football player, I am well trained on all of that. Just implement these thoughts that you're a happy guy, you're positive, you spread positivity, you are disciplined. Because for example, when I rode my bike to the gym, what was very, very, very interesting was that I did this and I thought to myself that I am disciplined. I just bombarded myself with like facts when I did the work that I specifically didn't feel like doing. When I cleaned up my room, even when I didn't feel like it. When I did this, just remind yourself of what you've been through and how you got to where you are today. So do that, and I promise you that you will see such significant results if you actually believe that you can do this. Because for example, if you don't believe in this and you think to yourself that, nah, this doesn't really work, I can't really do anything with my life, I don't know, then it's not going to work because you don't believe in it. If you believe that this is going to work with all of your heart, I promise you that you can do this, because the identity that you hold is one of the most important things. Because if you have an identity of a person that has a fixed mindset, then you're going to have a fixed mindset. If you have an identity of a person with a growth mindset, then you're going to be a person with a growth mindset, because people have put on an identity upon you when you were very, very young, like when you were like 3 or 4 years old, when people said to you like, oh, you're very smart and all of that, and that has formed you into the person that you are today. So remember that and just keep on obsessing over this, and I promise you that you will make such significant results. And I really hope that you got some value out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.